No doubt you've heard the term detox or cleanse many times. And often around the beginning of the year, people wanted to clean out from the holidays and start their new year off fresh. But what does detoxification really mean? Is there a best way to cleanse? Or maybe even more importantly, can detoxing the wrong way harm you? Hi, I'm Dr. Wade Binley, and I've helped thousands of clients clear out toxins of all kinds, such as heavy metals, molds, parasites, environmental toxins such as glyphosate, and many more. Detoxification is a vital step in the way to health, but it must be done intelligently and carefully, or you risk some uncomfortable, even dangerous results. If this is your first visit to my channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you here. I put out a new video every Sunday filled with vital health information that you may not find anywhere else. And if you're returning, welcome back. Now, improving health through functional medicine has been my passion for almost my entire life, and I've been working with people for more than 30 years to help them return to health. You can check out my own functional medicine story. And then please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell notification so that you don't miss any new videos. And I read every single comment, so I'm looking forward to reading to what you think of this video, and if there's any other topic you'd like me to cover, I'd be happy to try. Detoxification. Now, what a great topic. Did you know that your body is actually detoxifying every single second? It uses several different systems to clear itself out and keep things running clean. I like to simplify this by calling them the four shuns. Respiration, perspiration, urination, and defecation. Now, in the simplest of terms, your body eliminates toxins through the skin by sweating, from your lungs through breath, from your kidneys through your urine, and from your colon through solid wastes. As within all of the 11 systems of your body, these four shuns are interconnected and work together. You see, I consider yourself a beautiful, miraculous work of art, and you're built to detoxify yourself. But gradually, these systems can't clear out all the toxic waste. Toxins back up, and you suffer. And that could be because of genetic variability, lifestyle choices, or chronic compressive type stress. But most often it happens because of a system that's just plain overloaded from toxic exposure, causing a backup of any one of a number of points in a detoxification process and becomes overburdened. And our environment is full of toxins at every single touch point. Air, water, food, and even the items we use to clean our homes and our body are full of toxic dyes and fragrances, among others. Now, our systems all too often get overwhelmed, then the system that should work cannot. Now, how serious is this toxic soup we live in? Well, there are 80,000 different identified toxins allowed in the United States, and the average person is filled with over 500 identified toxins as hormone disruptors alone, derailing the delicate hormone influence that balances the body. Even in what you might think might be the purest place ever, in the umbilical cord blood of a new baby, there are over 300 toxins found. We humans are at the top of the food chain. We are bioaccumulators of toxins, meaning that we eat things that eat other things. All the toxins that those animals have accumulated from the air, the water, and the soil, the plants, and other animals, we end up ingesting ourselves. And every step up the food chain is being more accumulation of toxins, and since we're at the very, very top, we take the biggest toxic hit of all. Now, detoxifying is vital to rid ourselves of this accumulation. You see, toxic load is one of the 6 root causes of disease, and it's regularly overlooked by typical medical assessment of health and disease. I have a video on those 6 causes where I get into more detail, and I encourage you to watch that one. No matter how clean you eat, how clean you live, how you have to practice detoxification to help the body stay healthy, supporting its inborn mechanisms of taking out the trash. Continuing on from that image of toxins as garbage, I want you to picture your home. You probably have a trash can of some type in every single room. Ordinarily, this system works great. You take out the trash from each room, maybe consolidate it, then take it to the outside barrel, and once a week take it the barrel out to the curb to have the garbage hauled away. But what would happen if you forgot to take out the kitchen trash for a few weeks? Well, your house would start to stink. Now turn on your heating or air conditioning units. And pretty soon your whole house would start to stink as that putrefaction was circulating throughout your entire home. You see, your body is just like that. What happens in the kitchen, so to speak, doesn't necessarily stay in the kitchen. Your bloodstream is constantly circulating what's in all of your body. If you're toxic in the colon, toxins are going to get to and affect your brain, your skin, and all the other systems that make up the body. Now back to that house analogy. What if you diligently gathered all the trash for every single room and set it at the front door, but you didn't take it out? Even though you did a great step, you didn't finish the process, and your house would still get nasty and stinky. Or what if you did take it all out of the house to the curbside barrel, but it never got picked up and hauled away? You got it. More toxic stink. Let's continue on with this analogy. In a detox, there are 4 phases. If your body was that house, putting the trash into each room receptacle is phase 1. Putting the trash at the front door is phase 2. Taking the trash to the curb is phase 3. And getting it hauled away is phase 4. Now, unfortunately, where people often go wrong and even get into some trouble is that the detox backwards. They have their detoxification funnel upside down. And I'd like to thank the folks at Cell Coral Biosciences for describing this concept. Dr. Jay Davidson does a great job of it. And I'm going to borrow his imagery to explain this to you. So what is the right way to do detoxification? How do we not do it upside down? The proper way to detoxify is by first making sure to clear out the pathways of your detoxification systems. You see, in our house analogy, this means making sure that you have curbside pickup already lined up. Just like it won't do you any good to just take out the trash out to the curb without a pickup arranged. It won't do you any good to clean out your body if your bowels aren't set up right to eliminate the toxins when they get them. Similarly, if you just get the trash to the door, or in the case of your body, to the liver, and the bile flow haven't cleared out the pathway for your colon to move that trash along, you might actually get yourself pretty sick, especially when your kidneys and your skins and your lungs are throwing up their hands, so to speak, and they're just sending all those toxins right back into your systems. Now, I've based my own method, the IB Solutions method, on the concept of drainage. We start at the lowest level of the funnel, always draining up to the next tier of the funnel, with the tier below now set up to handle the drainage from above. I begin here, right here at the colon. We start by stabilizing the bowel integrity and function. We take further steps to make sure your bowels are already moving regularly because they have a big job to do. And I want to make sure the bowels can handle it. This is like lining up the curbside trash haul away. Then I move up the funnel to the liver and bile ducts. This is like lining up the person to carry the trash out to the outside barrel. If this system is backed up, the stress is really on the liver, and the overburdened liver will release toxins back into the body. I need to get the tubules between the gallbladder and the liver cleared out and flowing bile towards the gallbladder to make sure that this pathway is operating well before giving it more to handle so it can dump it into the colon. Then up to the lymphatic system. This is connected to several different subsystems. The circulatory system, which is your blood vessels. The glymphatic system, which is where cerebral spinal fluid operates, pulling out the toxins out of your brain. This only works right if your craniosacral system is pumping cerebral spinal fluid correctly and strongly, which is why I implement craniosacral therapy during this process. This is a highly specialized system that deserves its own video all by itself. Why don't you leave me a comment below if you'd be interested to know more about that. The third, the interstitial space, which is the fluid space between the cells and the tubes. In this phase, we have to flush the toxins out of that space so that the cells in a later phase have a place to ultimately dump the harmful toxins. Then we move into the organs and tissues. This is your endocrine system, where we clear out the adrenals, the thyroid, the pituitary, the pancreas, the neurological tissue, the ovaries, testes as well as your fat cells. This is also where we address the connective tissue in your body, the bones and the muscles, and the organs like the heart and the lungs, which all hold our cells. Now, in the fourth phase, we finally get to those cells. The toxins love to burrow themselves into your cells of your organs. This is where and how all the damage happens, by causing inflammation that impairs the function of your cells. This is the very mechanism of a root cause of disease. At this final phase, I'm getting the communication between the cells and their environment really accelerated and circulating, ultimately allowing them to drain themselves of the toxins they have sequestered. Ideally, this is when the cells of the organs release their toxins in the lymphatic system, then picks them up and moves them along through the liver and the bile ducts and out the body through the kidneys, the skin, and the lungs that send them out the body, primarily the colon. Now, all the groundwork has been laid. All your systems are prepared and ready for a swift, safe, and effective detox. So putting it all together, this is my own IB Solutions method, developed over 30 years of helping people with their health. Each phase is logically and safely supported with lifestyle, diet, supplements, and personalized to each person's particular needs. Ultimately, this deep cleaning often leads to personal health transformation that is life-changing. Now, a major detox cleanse like this takes on the average of about 4 to 5 months and should be done at least every 5 years or so, with certain and less intense detoxification strategies followed on a weekly, daily, and monthly basis, and seasonally to incorporate it into your new lifestyle. So what's the wrong way to detox? People get off track with detoxification, sometimes dangerously, because they go after the cells first. They might say, hey, I have heavy metals. I need to get those out of my body right now. So they go and they educate themselves on the internet how to pull out heavy metals. They want to get right after it. Now, without concern for first clearing out the colon, the liver, the bile ducts, the lymphatic system, and only then the organs and tissues, they go in guns blazing and try to pull out every scrap of metal they can, aggressively using all kinds of supplements to do so. Not only is this unusually ineffective, but it can also be extremely dangerous. And you may be pulling out toxins, but you're recirculating them back into your body, which is not prepared to handle them, placing greater toxic burden on the kidneys, the skin, and the lungs. This is where you get your skin rashes. You have not set yourself up to get the trash hauled away, and your body will just put those toxins somewhere else inside of you. Maybe even worse off after a badly done detox than you were before. Now, I find this to be a very serious issue, and I've seen people land themselves into the hospital by reversing the proper sequence of actions in the correct detoxification process. You don't want to do that. Coming off a cleanse or a detox must be done correctly as well. There is a proper way to safely and optimally and gradually come off a detox, which I will like to talk about in another video. Can you see how many of the detoxes or cleanses you can find on the internet, such as the Master Cleanse, don't take you the whole way? They do nothing to address the complete process necessary to really cleanse your body of what it wants to eliminate. Now, you may feel better on one of them for a short period of time, only because you stopped introducing things that you're allergic to, or maybe you've increased your water intake, fluids. But you will not get to the deeper root of issues that way, and the toxins will find their way back inside your cells. Now, if you want to cleanse and detox the right way for your body, you have to set yourself up for success by following the detoxification funnel correctly, clearing out the detoxification pathways first, and then advancing to each phase only as you're ready to do so. Now, I hope this is helpful information for you. What phase of detox do you think most often gets missed? Have you ever had a detox or cleanse that actually made you feel sicker or maybe only gave you short-lasting results? Maybe you have been detoxifying the wrong way. I'd like to know your thoughts about this in the comments below.